Hello guys, hello ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce my new indicator, the TMV RSI SR screener. So what is this indicator, guys? I mean, thank you so much, guys. It's a good effort by everyone, not only from my side but from the developer as well. And we have made it. We have tried our best to give you the best. So what is this indicator all about? And before we go down to how to use the indicator and what it is, the indicator. So just want to tell you guys, so this indicator is not for solely for the purpose of financial use, or basically it should not be considered as a financial advice. So it doesn't give you any buy or sell signal as well. Second, you should not be using this indicator alone for trading purposes or making any trading decisions. Okay. Now, let's go and go to the indicator. So as you can see on the screen, basically the indicator, there are two things. First, the RSI support resistance. So you have a small box here. What it tells you is, for example, Bitcoin, this is the Bitcoin chart on 15 minutes. It tells you that what is exactly is the current RSI, let's say 48.8, and where is the next resistance and support. So your resistance levels are 86 and your support is 22. And how does it compute it? The RSI support and resistance is getting computed based on the highs and lows, the measure of the highs and lows drawn on the RSI. So basically that's exactly the levels where the price reversed, or the price or gives you an opportunity to buy or sell or take profits as well. Now this indicator, you can use it on various time frames. You can use it from 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or even you can use it on weekly as well. However, please note the screener only gives you 4 time frames: 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. So I'm going to talk about the screener on the later part, but first let's talk about what exactly the indicator is and how it's going to work. So let's go on the daily chart. For example, the RSI indicator, RSI resistance SR indicator, basically it gives you, a level where the price or RSI have gone to a biggest support, and it is going to give you, print you a green color candle, and when it goes to the resistance level, it's going to give you print the red color candle. Again, this is not to be used as a sole buy or sell signal. This needs to be used on a confluence as to what exactly this candle means. I mean, you can use some more confluence practically. So on the daily chart, this is going to, normally it's going to print green, but I have changed it in an indicator and made it white because I like white, my candles are green. And when it have a resistance, it will print red, as you can see here, red, red. And from here, it literally dumps. If you would have sold this candle, the next candle, you would have literally made 7 to 10% gains. And similarly, if you would have bought here, you would have another made like 6 to 7% gains on a pump, like this, 7 to 8% gains. Similarly, this works on 15 minutes, 5 minutes. You can also change the settings. So now let's go on to the settings part. Well, the upper threshold, default threshold I've kept is a 72. It normally works really fine with from 1 hour to daily. But if you go to the lower time frame, you need to increase the threshold to maybe 80, maybe 85. And you can lower the threshold to maybe 120 and maybe even under 20 as well. So it all depends on what time frame you're playing with. But normally this setting is looking really great from 1 hour to daily time frame, so it should not be a problem. For high time frame, these settings are perfect. Now let's talk about what is the look back. The look back is somewhere, it's default, so should not be changed. The time frame here is, you can change the time frame. If you really would like to have a starting time frame, instead of 15 minutes, maybe 1 hour, you use 6 hours, you can change it. But whatever the first time frame you're going to keep, that time frame is going to be based on that time frame. This blue color, whatever the number is going to display here, is going to pop up. Okay, whatever the first time frame you select. The rest of the 3 time frames are for the screeners. Okay. Buffer. So what do you mean by buffer? Buffer is basically, let's say your major support, a big week happened on RSI at 22 levels. But not necessarily the next bottom would be at 22. It can be at 23. It can be at 20 as well. So the buffer is with every one number of the buffer, it means that it's going to add 1% above the support and 1% beneath the support, it's gonna form a small range. So as and when there will be a VIX or even a closer of RSI or touches on RSI inside that range, it's gonna count that as a support. Now, for example, bounces. What are bounces? So you can play with the buffer. You can increase the buffer so as to maybe get some more closure levels. So if I increase the buffer to 2, as you can see that there might be some changes and unwanted signals or maybe color candles might pop up. I'm not sure. If you can want to increase it, you can further increase it to 3. You can increase it to maybe 4. It all depends. It's working, you see. The screener is working. Well, let's see what happens if we increase it to 3. Normally, I would like to have a buffer of only 1. So plus minus 1 would be fine. But see, for 3, it also popped a candle here as well. So this was the best optimal entry if you would have entered. I mean, this was a very nice levels for a buy in my view. I mean, this is what the indicator says actually. Let's keep it at 1, the default. What are the bounces? The bounces are nothing but the touches. So how many times support and resistance is tested or touched so as to be considered as a concrete support and resistance. So I have kept this at 3, but as we are not playing with the price, it's with RSI, you can keep it at 2 as well. On hours and time frame, the more the higher the time frame you go, I think you should literally reduce the bounces. Maybe the 2 would be fine as well. On the daily, let's see if you keep 2, what happens. I didn't check what happens on the daily. Normally 3 is fine. The lower term time frame, the more you go in the lower term time frame, you need to increase the number of bounces so you can play accordingly. So if you're a degen scalper, it's gonna help you a lot identifying it, the levels, the best levels, and gonna give you the best levels for shorts and longs as well. Talking about a table position, you can put it right, you can put it center, you can even move from right to left here, whatever you feel. I'm just gonna keep it right. These are the colors. You want to change the color accordingly, you can do it. The bar colors, white, I've changed the white. The default is green. So if it is forming a buy signal or maybe like a buy range, it's going to print white in for me. For you, it will be green. And if it is saying that it's very the RSI have reached the resistance, so it's going to print the red candle. Now there are 10 charts, probably symbols you can add. You can change it as well. If you would like to have, instead of USD dominance, you would like to have forex signals, you can, or forex pairs, you can have it. If you would like to have anything else, you can keep it. It all depends, okay? But this is where you can change according to your needs. So this is what we have. Now if you don't want this screener, or you don't really want this screener, you can practically just untick and the screener is going to go. But the screener is going to help you a lot. Now how I'm going to show you. Let's go to the 1 hour chart, or maybe let's start with the 15-minute chart, because 15-minute is the base for the screener. Screener only gives you the 4 time frame analysis. So as I mentioned, the screener has nothing to do with whatever the chart is going to display. The screener is going to give you basically a confirmation. If on lower time frame it is saying that you should be shorting or maybe taking profits, but the higher time frames are bullish, then definitely you should not be looking for sell. Let the higher time frame turn bear, and then you should look for, this is going to add a confluence to your trades in that way actually. Now what this screener is all about. The screener, the red color indicates is the RSI is under 50, and the RSI is above 50, and the nearest resistance point is 23 point far from the resistance. So, and when the RSI is under 50, it's gonna pop the green color. Why? Because it's gonna tell you that now you should be eyeing for USD dominance to long. Okay, and the USD dominance current RSI is 33 points away from the support levels, the next support levels on 1 hour. So that's how you should interpret it, and that's how I think you should be aiming for or use this indicator, guys. Remember, As and when you increase your time frame, you go to 1 hour chart, the 15 minutes time frame is going to go away on this, and it is going to keep the heart on time frame. I think that's all what I have for this indicator. Use it. Whatever the queries you have, ping me. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot.